Hello and welcome to What's Map for Cities Skylines, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. There are thousands of items on the workshop now, so finding the right one for your next city build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review some using our 5-star rating and the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture out to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. BonBon here, how you doing? Right, it's Wednesday, which is a free pass for me. I can do anything I like. I normally go to the very top of the Steam workshop, and I'm doing that today. Riding high in the Steam monthly map chart show is this particular map. Now, I've been avoiding it for one particular reason, and that is real-life maps normally don't actually translate very well into very good playable maps. As you'll find out if you ever try and recreate a map, it tends to be a bit too lumpy and bumpy. Well, we'll have to see. But before we crack on and do that, have you seen every Wednesday and Saturday 6 PM on my channel? It's Ostriv. It's an alpha game. It's not out in full release yet. I'm playtesting it in the style of Banished, 18th century village builder, a Ukrainian build. It's a one-man developer, and do you know what? It's pretty damned good. So join me for that. I'd love you to join me for that. We have a lot of fun over there. Okay, and now let's get ready. Sit back and prepare yourselves. This could be a good one, or it could be dreadful. It's Stockholm East by Ami Polizzi Funk. Now, Ami Polizzi Funk is one of the top asset creators of the moment, always producing good stuff and all of the time. There's a start square. I'm not entirely sure how this is even possible. It's more of a Lego Tetris brick than it is a start square. And resources, I've never seen a more resourcey type map in my life, and I reward you with a star for detailing for this. Okay, right, let's have a look and see what we need off of the workshop. The answer is nothing. It's vanilla. It's completely vanilla. So there we are. We'll probably see a slight dip in aesthetic quality because of this, but there we are. It was an entrance for the PDXCOM competition, and I don't know whether they won or they lost, but I'm going to tell you that I think they lost based off of the map. Right, we got the highways. The highways are got sound barriers all the way. All of the way. I don't get it. I thought this was actually elevated highway at ground level. And then I tried shifting it with Move It, and it says actually ground highway. I was sure it was going to be elevated. Anyway, the weird part is, once we get to the bridge, the sound barriers disappear. And then we get back down to ground level, and they're back again. And then we've got the little bridge in the middle. You see, it looks like a little bit of a dip off here. But look, sound barriers are gone again. But you'll also notice some road glitching there as well, which was a bit of a surprise. See it on this side as well, even worse on this side. But yeah, so no sound barriers, road glitching, very odd. I find these sound barriers very distracting. I don't find them realistic at all. I guess they would work in a city, but we are, and once again, this is a city, but without the buildings. Again, we've got, it just disappears. It's just very odd. And once again, some floating highway there. Now, to show you this, while we're here, we've got pop in here with the trees and with the highway. Just check those trees. At the wrong angle, at the right angle, it just disappears, reappears. I'm not going to blame the creator for this. Again, with the highway here, with the bridge, pull out, and it just pops out, pops back in. And I'm getting that with a lot of areas of highway from the wrong distance. I don't know what causes it. It's, to me, I'm guessing, and I'm not a technical person, it's somewhere between the distance between a regular draw distance and the LOD draw distance, or something. I don't know. Somebody put me right on that one, please. I don't understand it. So anyway, yes, the highways are unattractive, I'd suggest. Oh, look at the tunnels. Look, it's like it's filled with a green grassy sludge because the cars are able to drive into it, dip in. I don't know what system's being used to create the map, because we didn't have a start square, we had a start block, didn't we? Oh, by the way, this intersection here, I love it. I like this a lot. It's almost perfect in my eyes, apart from we have got a street light clipping through right there. But that's very nice work. I quite like that indeed. So yes, I don't know what's being used, but we've got tunnels which aren't really tunnels, or are tunnels, but they're flat tunnels. And it's just weird stuff going on. Weird stuff going on with this map. I don't understand, and actually, I don't like not understanding either. Split level highways just feels a bit awkward. I don't know if this is the case in the real map. That's the problem trying to recreate a map 1-to-1 or even accurate scale across from a real city to a City Skyline city. Doesn't quite exactly work. Oh, hang on now, this looks interesting. This is interesting. Several tunnels going in and only 2 going out the other side. What's going on here? We go underground, we have a look, and I'm sure this is the accurate tunnel build from Stockholm. Why wouldn't it be, is what I'm saying. We've got the train tunnels going off that way as well. I had to go and check to see that they were train. Oh, yes, they are. And yes, it's an odd design. And I can't blame Amy Polizzi Funk for the odd design that Stockholm decided to put in. 3 lanes down to 1 lane while it loops back over the railway and then merges back in. But they drift apart and come back together again. It just feels a bit awkward again there. I know Amy Polizzi Funk has got the skills because they're producing some of the best assets around at the moment. And some of them really blow me away. This map, I think it's one of those projects that kind of got away from them just a little bit. I do like the highways down here are much better. They feel much more real. They're smoother. They're nicely worked together as well, and they're also ground level without sound barriers, which I'm finding much more aesthetically pleasing. Then we go down to this suburban road with the median going all the way down towards the well, not the start square, but a start location that you can use down here. It's all start square, of course. The whole map is a start square. How is that even possible? I don't know. There's some system being used on this. I don't know what the system is, but yes, it is things about it that are just oddball and weird. Now here we go. This will prove my point about it not working as a real map. Look at this rail. That is not realistic at all. Not realistic at all. And yet it is, no doubt, taken from a height map. So it's the real height map. It's just too lumpy and bumpy. And when converting a real map into a City Skylines map, you have to use a little bit of artistic impression. Just have to accept things are not going to be exactly right. Which way should we go? Should we go left? I wonder if this is the right way. I bet this is a dead end. If I got this wrong, I'll be a little bit miffed and we'll have to go back and follow the other route. Did make a note. Yeah, you have to use... dag it. Back you go. Yeah, you have to use a little bit of artistic impression when recreating a real city map. Just because it won't work exactly one for one. Just because it's a game. It's a city game. It's not an actual exact city recreation. We can do our best to do that, but what can you do, eh? Or what can you do? Oh, you can do an asset review. Excellent. It's another one of those great city builders. It's Sven Berlin's, and it's Berliner House, Alexanderplatz. Now, CNA. We used to have CNA in the UK, but they went bankrupt over here. But this is exactly how I remember CNA, and I miss, of all the shops that have closed down in recent years, I think CNA is the one I miss the most. I was buying sweaters from there, and I've still got well, socks and underpants bought from CNA that I'm wearing today. What, 20 odd years later? Maybe 30 years later. Maybe not 30 years later. Maybe 25 years later. Good quality, good prices, CNA, fantastic. But the building, Berliner House, Alexanderplatz, very well created there by Sven Berlin. And I highly recommend everybody subscribes to it today because Sven, yeah. Okay, and off to Themington Island for a little bit more of Atlantic theme by Punk 7 with high contrast LUT. And I am enjoying this theme and LUT combo daytime anyway. I wonder what the night view is going to be like. Okay, let's head back to the factoids, and we'll start with a quick one. Blue eyes get lighter with age. Is that because of your physical enlightenment? Yeah, I can't get the words out. Yes, maybe not actually. The human body contains about 80,000 kilometers, which is 50,000 miles, of veins and capillaries. How do they know? Have they laid them out? You think about that. Oh, we're going to autopsy Mrs. Grant. Oh, yes, fine. Yeah, you please do that. Make sure you line up all her capillaries in one long line and see if it'll go around the Earth. Because I'm curious if that would actually happen. I don't think that's what's happened there. Okay, shipping routes. First of all, I grumble about this. This shipping route here. This ship has to turn. It's basically come in and it's going straight out. Would like to have seen a smoother, more direct route out than that. But the shipping route itself, it comes in this way. We've got a dead end off to the right there. Straight on this way. Dead ends are fine here because it enables you to get to nooks and crannies where docks cannot normally reach. We'll head back this way. Was that dead end a dead end? Or maybe it wasn't. No, it wasn't. We went up the dead end. Oh, freak. This way instead. And then, I'm telling you now, that bridge is too low. That bridge is going to cause clipping right the way through the middle and destruction and death. And maybe not actually, because that's not how the game works. Water flow. We have water flow. We do actually have one thing about this map is we have water flow, and I'm not going to grumble about it. I'm just going to show you. We'll take it down the river. Take it down the river. Goes up the river. No, down the river. Seems to no, even where it looks like it stopped, it hasn't. And then we can follow the river this way. And do you know what? Look, water is flowing. Okay, we'll get to the edge of the map in a minute. Down there, throughout, out there you go. Fantastic. Good work, Amy. Very nice indeed. Now let's have a look at the map as a whole. So this is a recreation of the area, and it looks like we've got deforestation here. We pull in really close, and the trees are popping in. If you're looking to do some distant screenshots from your city on this particular map, might not be a good idea. Might not be the map for you. If you're looking to do a recreation of Stockholm and you don't give a monkeys about trees and highways popping in and popping out, then yeah, go ahead and do it. Go ahead. It's definitely a buildable map. There's no question about that. It's just the pop in and just that. Imagine trying to take a perfect screenshot and getting that. It's very odd and very strange, and I don't understand. I still don't understand. Somebody please put it in the comments. Somebody with a bigger brain than me, which is most of you. Okay, we'll just fly over here. Just a little flyover. There's not much to talk about now because you can see it's relatively flat, just lumpy bumpy land. Lots of places to build, and an interesting just an interesting format. I think there's a lot of build potential on this particular map. Okay, aesthetically, it does nothing for me. It's not ugly, but it does nothing for me at all. And I'm reluctant to give it the second star, but it doesn't deserve just 1 star. 2 stars for aesthetics, I think, for this particular map. For detailing is difficult to call. The whole map itself is detailing, i.e. it's an exact replica of an area, and that's been done well. And then you get the lumpy bumpy roads and so on. I'm going to give it a middly 3. I'm going to give it a 3, but it's a very low middly 3. Closer to a 2 than a 4. Gameplay potential, plenty of options here, and actually very buildable. A couple of things you'll want to fix, but other than that, I think you can have a lot of fun with this one. And so for gameplay, I'm giving this 4 stars. Stockholm East by Amy Polizzi Funk. And this basically is a very typical real-life map. That's what you normally get when you go and do a real life map. And I'll be doing a Berlin True sometime soon. It'll be interesting to see whether they've taken an accurate view of the map, or whether they've been a little bit creative and made it more of a Cities Skylines 1-to-1 map. Anyway, thanks for watching, commenting, liking and subscribing. Join me tonight for Ostriv, and then tomorrow for our Throwback Thursday map. Can't wait to see you then. Have an absolutely great and wonderful day. And who's stolen my coffee? Huh? Who's got it?